Okay. Alright, we look to be live. Things look okay so far. Alright. It's Wednesday, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you all are well. I got that speed paint done of the compilation of all of the live streams for our Sunday art needle felting project that we just wrapped up last week. That's up and that's on the YouTube channel now. It's 5.5 hours long though, so I do apologize. That was as fast as I could shrink and shrunk and clipped everything down, although I did notice that there was some parts that I forgot to cut out. I thought I had cut them out, to be perfectly honest. Somehow I missed them when I was editing. I guess they were so brief in the frame that when I was scrolling through it real quick, I didn't see it. Because I'm like, I'm not sitting here watching 40 plus hours of live stream straight through. I probably should have, but oh well. We'll know better for the next one. So I hope everybody's doing okay today. Hope your weekend was all right. I hope the start of your work week wasn't too terrible for you. And we're kicking off the week here. Now I do apologize, I did end up starting a bit late. My sense of time passing is very terrible. So, and I was very, very tired. I've been running on a deficit. Yesterday I only ended up getting like 4 hours of sleep. And I was still tired when I kept waking up, and I kept going back to sleep and hoping that doing so didn't give me a headache, because it sometimes can, and I'm like, no, I can't function yet. I'm too tired. So I was like, the body says turn over, so I turned over, and then I woke up again. I was like, hey, what time is it? And husband goes, it's 2:30. And I was like, oh, it's about my normal wake up time. Okay. So I was starting to go through my very slow routine of waking up, and I ended up falling back asleep, I think, because the next thing I knew, when I picked my waking up routine back up and started it again, and actually sat up and looked at the time on my Kindle, it said 3:48, and I was like, what? I was like, how did we go from 2:30 to 3:48? I had to have fallen back asleep, at least for a few minutes, because I was like, damn, I don't think I laid here that long. Like, what? Didn't feel like I was awake that long laying there. So, sorry. It's been a busy couple of days for me, and I'm tired. So the trackers on the WoW Challenges website are all back up and running except for Teams. Teams is going to take them a lot longer to figure out, if they manage to figure it out, because the ones working on it are not the ones that made that code. So I don't know if Teams will get brought back up, but the other solo challenges, which were the higher priority, are back up. So, including Working Man and Green Man, everything is good to go. Those trackers are back up and fully functioning. So you can add new characters again to the website, and they should be tracking and updating properly. If anyone has a problem with adding their character, or they get a funny message when they go to update their character and it won't update, please let us know. Respectfully, please let us know. You don't have to be ugly or nasty about it. Just, you know, we have an issues channel in our Discord where challengers can post what problem they're having. Did that just disappeared in front of us? Okay, cool. That's fine. You know, just pop in the challenger issue channel and give us as much info about your situation as possible, including your character name and the server that you're on, whether it's oh there's someone else out here. You know, name, rank, serial number sort of thing. Name, rank, and problem, or name, server, and problem. And please do let us know if it's an EU version of the server or a North American or Oceanic, whatever the hell it is. Just please tell us, because that may help in finding the problem faster. Something might have been missed on our end. But yeah, all the solo challenge trackers are up and running. Right now, I believe they are trying to figure out how to get the state of the challenges reports up and running again. Those are a bit more complicated. So they are trying to figure that out. And the job that would go through and automatically update a handful of challengers is not running yet, so you will need to physically hit update on your challenger. Which, you know, it's a good idea to do that anyway when you're done leveling for the day, just to make sure that you didn't run into any issues. That way you're not leveling a potentially flagged character without realizing it and wasting some time. So this one's got one more level to go. This is the Pacifist. This is my second Pacifist. This one was kicking around since I think the Pacifist contest that existed, the only one that we did, from some time ago. And I didn't end up deleting them. I just kind of sat on them. I'm like, yeah, okay. I didn't have time to get back to them. And I was like, you know what? I either need to level this one or delete it. And I didn't really have a reason to delete him because he was still green flagged. He didn't have any kills on him. He was good. So there was no reason to really delete him. I didn't need the character slot yet. So I was like, well, you know, let's do this. Now, this is my only challenger currently that has Crommy time turned on, I believe. Come on, Twitch. Hey, Mrs. Rock Guru. How are you? Hope all is well. So, I did turn Crommy time on, but mostly so I could stay out here. Because when we hit 30, XP on these plants just tanked terribly. And I was like, ooh. And some areas aren't safe for pacifist challengers to go and gather in, because some nodes will spawn hostile mobs. So it was actually more to my benefit to put Crommy time on and come back here and just go back to picking flowers. Now that does mean I do have to watch coming near mobs, because they will not be grayed out to me. They are my level, so this one's 48. So very much definitely still a little aggro magnet, so we have to be careful still. So we're still under that rule of not all nodes are for my character. You just started a new green man. She is level 6 and your pacifist is at level 30. Nice. Wonderful. Wonderful news. Yeah, Screen Man list is back up and working, and so is the Working Man list. So anybody that had challengers they were sitting on, feel free to log back into them and get going again. Now, if it's been a while since you've been on your character, you might have to look them up on with the dead filter on the list to find them. They might not necessarily be dead. Excuse me. My voice is shitty again. Oh, allergies. You might, they might not necessarily be dead, but it's dead and lost to the nether. So lost to the nether means the API hasn't been able to see it. So it might be there. You might have to search your character and see what the symbol is next to it. If it says lost to the nether, just log into your character for a few minutes and then do your standard log out and then exit. It could take up to, an hour or day before API updates on Blizzard's end to see the character in Armory once more. And if Armory's seeing your character again, then the website should be able to as well. We don't use Armory, but we use the same data that Armory pulls from. So sometimes there's a little bit of confusion there about, well, Armory said this. Well, okay, but we don't pull the exact stuff from Armory. We just use the same data pool as the Armory. Basically. Strange thing is that my gnome hunter does not start with a pet. Your gnome hunter does not start with a pet. At all? That don't sound right. Hunters are supposed to start with a pet. Did the pet appear when they got out of the leper gnome tunnels? Or are you leveling a mecha gnome? That don't sound right. I thought all of the hunters... When do hunters in WoW get their pets? The Team Beast ability and Call Pet 1 ability. Yeah, but they would give it to you. It would just be there. You can tame your first pet at level 5. That's old info. That says level 10. That looks like old info. I'm not seeing dates on any of this stuff. With the level squish, there's... Oh. Really? Has it been that long since I've leveled a hunter? That's fascinating. Sorry, I'm looking at something on the forums from last May. Or is this about... No, this isn't classic. Where is it? I seen it in the thing, but... Hold on, give me a second. had it mentioned, but I wanted to read the entire... That's about not being able... There was a snippet of it in the fucking thing. But then I couldn't find it actually listed in the forum post. Hunters no longer start out with a pet. Now you get your pet utility at level 5. Weird. Did you do the regular starting zone or the yeah, you would have had to if it's a challenger, cuz challengers can't do the new starting zone. You have to take the classic starting zone. Sorry, my brain's a little slow today. I'm slowly catching up with my thought process. Part of my brain is like 5 steps ahead, and then I'm like, no, these are the arguments I have. One part of my brain is like, but what about this? And I'm like, no, that doesn't work that way. That's really bizarre. I did not know they had changed that, to be perfectly honest. Hi, Zuzu. Zuzu says hello. I don't know what's with you and your brother the past 2 days, but you've been driving me crazy. Yesterday, they were very demanding. Alright, is dude still up over here, or did you kill him? Oh. Grats. Zuzu, buddy, I need both my hands for this. You went out right as I was waking up, so you don't need to go out yet. You just want to go outside to smell the kitty that's out on the porch that may or may not still be there. That's all this is about. Even Momo got up to look out the door at the cat that's been hanging out on our porch. That we don't know if it belongs to somebody, that's making us feel terrible because it keeps acting like it wants to come in the door. We can't do any more cats. No more cats. Someone has to leave the Catly plane for another cat to come in. And that's probably not happening for quite some time because nobody's that ill. So, that ill or that old. So, no more gatos for a while. Buddy, go lay down. I swear, you just... Oh, you know what? I started streaming late. So he's like, why aren't you making dinner? Grammy's making dinner. I want foods. I want treats. Y'all, my mom has started, like, making them their own dinner. She's been making them a hot dog. She's been making them this when they have something she can't share with them. I'm like, Mom, stop. If you have something that you can give them a little bite of that's safe for them on the doggy yes list, then cool. Don't go out of your way to make them something. They need to eat their dog food. I didn't spend $13 on this bag of dog food for them to not eat it and for it to go stale. But that's really bizarre. I didn't know that they took the pet away when you start with it. Because you used to have it from the very beginning. Well, okay. Way back you didn't have a pet. And then they made the changes where you started with a pet. Because it was way back, you didn't start with the pet, and you had quests to learn how to tame a pet and stuff. Then they took it away, and you started with a pet. Okay, you know what? I guess they took it away when they took the pick your pet's spec away, maybe? Because for an amount of time, you could tame any pet you wanted off of the tameable pets list, and you could pick whether it was going to be tenacity, ferocity, or cunning. And now they reverted it back to tame from you can tame any of these off the tameable list, but now we're back to the tameable list being broken down into tenacity pets, ferocity pets, and cunning pets, and then you had to go and figure out who you wanted from the list. Why is it always raining? No matter what zone I'm in. When I'm leveling a challenger, what is this shit? It's always raining. I'm in Tiragard, it starts to rain. I'm in Zoldazar, it starts to rain. I'm in Western Plaguelands, and it starts to rain. What the fuck? Damn. I'm gonna turn into a puddle of mush here pretty soon. My armor's gonna be all rusted. Yeah, so this was the Pacifist Hunter I had started during that contest. Oddly enough, Hunter was an option on that list of classes for that Pacifist contest, and nobody took it because everybody wanted the stealthiness of a rogue or the picking while in flight capabilities of the druids. And so it was mostly a druid rogue party. And I was like, no, we're going to do something different. Everybody's going for these two. I want to be different. So I was like, you know what? You get Feigned Death. You do get a heal. It's a 2-minute cooldown, but you do get one. You've got some trappy traps if you need to get away. So I was like, you know what, let's try. And I just won't have the pet out. And it'll be all good. So I've got no damage. I don't believe I have any damage abilities on my bar. I think the one trap said that it might do damage, and I removed it because I was like, oh shit. But we've been fine. Granted, for a while I was doing the daily fishing and cooking in Ironforge when I felt safe enough to do them, or it didn't count as a kill, because I think the live bait one is a little hairy. I'm not sure if Pacifist can do that one. But, you know, the other stuff I was okay with. Did we move too fast again? Because nothing's up. Although we are battling that other person out here. It's the first time I've seen somebody else out here picking flowers in a long time. Are we just in a lull? Oh, there's something. So I've done a few daily fishing and cooking quests. Not many. Because I just didn't feel like traveling back and forth to Ironforge or wherever. I did apparently go to Darkmoon Fair at one point and get a 16 slot bag because there's that. Darkmoon Fair is going on right now. I think we've done some Darkmoon Fair quests on this one. I think it's going on. Yeah, it's going on right now. We could head over there. We may head over there when we're done here. And I know that sounds silly, but here's the thing. We're gonna have to go to Stormwind anyhow. So, you know, might as well. Now, the thing that I'm debating about at the moment, when we hit 50, they're gonna be, this one's gonna be moved to Record Town. So you'll be able to follow along with their 50 to 60 journey on the YouTube channel. Mostly because, the servers that I'm on, it started out with 2 servers being connected to each other, and then those 2 ended up getting shoved in a group of other multi-connected servers, so now it's like 7 servers connected to each other, I believe. And then you also have the, the normal, people being moved around from shard to shard. So I will see the people that are in the servers that are connected to mine in Bastion, out in Shadowlands, and I will see other servers that I've never seen before from time to time that I'm pretty sure aren't connected to the server I'm on. It gets busy out there, especially this time of day. So I'm gonna have to level them on their 50 to 60 section in Bastion. Or in Shadowlands during later at night hours, so I just didn't feel like streaming that, and it's not going to be my normal streaming crowd, so it's probably just going to be better off for me just to record it and then post it up on the YouTube channel, and I can put out notices on Twitter as I get those episodes edited and posted up for you. Like that's not a big deal. But I think it would be safer for me to do it that way. Definitely less chance of a prox kill. So since we are still clean, I want to keep it that way. I have not... Did I even take it? I don't know. Hold on. I did take archaeology. I haven't used it. Maybe like... No? I can't even say I did one dig site, because it's still at 1. I took it, but we never did anything with it. And apparently whatever cooking I did do wasn't very much, because cooking's only... Well, that says Cataclysm cooking. Okay, so yeah. No, we did do some cooking. I was gonna say, we had to have done something, because I've got foodstuffs here. So I was definitely making spice bread at some point. I might have done some of like the Pilgrim's Bounty stuff too at some point. This one's been around for a while, so I don't really remember a whole lot. I'm not entirely sure when they did hit level 10. If we make it to 60, the bot will tell me when they, what their timestamp was for hitting level 10. I am in the I've had a busy week. I've had a busy week already, and it's only Wednesday. I've been trying to go through and gather all of my information for those that had a ding when the tracker or when the trackers weren't functioning properly and we weren't able to 100% verify that runs were green flagged. So if you hit level 60 and you never had a write-up done for your character posted on the WoW Challenges website, please get in touch with me. I'm in the WoW Challenges Discord. You can DM me on Twitter. You can get a hold of one of the other mods in the WoW Challenges Discord, and they'll connect us together too, if you need to, or you can email the podcast or email Lita directly, and we'll get you sorted out. But if you're one of those people that has not had their write-up done after hitting 60 yet, do please get in touch with us as soon as possible. I have a lot of information I have to go through, and I have a lot of characters that I'm in the process of sorting as to whether or not I've heard from them. And I have about 20 write-ups total, maybe 25 that I have to do. I got 3 done so far. I am actually stuck at the moment waiting to hear back from somebody. So if I don't hear back from them by the end of the week, next week I might just do a simplified write-up and call it a day. Because I kind of heard from them, and I messaged them back on Discord, and then I never heard another word from them since. So it's been a few days, and they never let me know they got my message. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we're just missing each other, or they still have me up and didn't hear the notification from Discord. I don't know if they have all their notifications turned off, so they just didn't see it. I don't know. But all I have as a way to get a hold of this person is their Discord handle, so if you'd prefer to contact through email, that's fine. We don't have to do Discord if you don't use it or don't want to use it. We can do Twitter. You can even message the WoW Challenges Facebook page, and we'll get in contact that way if we need to. Because I do watch their Twitter and Facebook pages, so in fact, most of the time on there, depending on the time of day, you're probably interacting with me if you've messaged those pages. Depending on time of day. If I've already gone to bed, then it could be Lita, but most often it's gonna be me. Oh yeah, we got 2 more bars to go, so I'm not sure, do we want to hit Dark Moon Fair after we hit 50 here? I mean, we could. It'll push us forward a little bit. I mean, I don't really know how much we're gonna get out of doing Dark Moon Fair XP wise. We might get something out of it. Now, I'm not going to start, I'm not going to show taking them out to Shadowlands tonight on this live stream because I really need to go to Auction House before we do that. I want to empty my bags. I want to clear everything out. And we've got a bit of stuff to smelt here, so I don't want to hold you all up. while I'm trying to figure that out. So, well, I don't normally double back, but we might as well here. Gonna have to get used to dealing with mobs again, because we haven't had any mobs really out here. We had that one gargoyle that we had to be on the lookout for, and we had a couple of those cultists that we had to be mindful of up on that one hill. But as far as generally going to pick nodes, we didn't really have to worry about too much, because we knew where our mob-infested sections were. And when we get out to Shadowlands, we'll also have to remember not to fly too high, because there are flying hostiles out there. Now, some people like to do the safer world fishing, maybe cooking quests. I'm not gonna. I didn't do them on Gentle Soul. Gentle Soul, who was my first pacifist through Shadowlands, who had been my previous 120 pacifist, she strictly gathered. I didn't do any archaeology past level 50. Like, she did no archaeology. Hey, 50! Yeah, like, I didn't do any archaeology on her after the 50 started. Thank you. She strictly gathered 50 to 60, and it actually went pretty... What is happening? Why is there a timer? Time walking campaign ends in 20... What? What time walking campaign? Oh! Time walking, right. Jesus Christ, I thought it was a fucking fatigue bar. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? They're removing me out of Crummy time. That's what that's gonna be about. What happens when they remove you out of Crummy time?
Take care of yourself out there.
Okay. Why am I on a loading screen? Blizzard? What are you doing? Oh my! That was... The fuck? Crummy? What the fuck, Crummy? Jesus! I can't just do that to a pacifist! Holy shit! At least there weren't any critters right here for anybody to kill next to me. My God! As you can tell, that's the first time I've really had Crummy running when I've hit 50. Good lord. I mean, hey, it was a free hearth to Stormwind, but damn. When you're not expecting that. Holy shit. That was terrifying. Oh my god. I didn't know if they were just gonna reset the mob levels and put me back where I was. I was hoping that was gonna be the case, and then I could just get back here on my own. Because I was really just gonna fly to Ironforge and teleport to the staging area from there. Holy shit, that was a heart attack and a half. Good God. Did not like that. Did not like that. Well, hey, there you go. Expect that if you're new to Crummy time. That's gonna happen. My God. Not a fan. Not a fan. Whew, be still my heart. That was a heart in the throat moment. Jesus Christ. Like, do not tell me. WoW challenges Pacifist. Down in front. I named him Down in Front because he was short and it made me laugh, so. I'm a dork. Ding's level 50. Oh man. The adrenaline from that was similar to a close call. I'm not happy. That was scary for me because I didn't know what was happening. I know a lot of other people that have had that happen are like, oh, she's such a spaz, but I did not know that was going to happen. This was really the first time I've really used Crummy Time. Alright, so we'll send that along. We will go and do our Dark Moon Fair stuff real quick. Whew. My goodness. Alright. So let's go and do that. Oh, there is a WoW Challenges podcast this Saturday. The 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. Myself and Fair are going to be on with Lita. And Lita is going to be doing an X-Pack predictions show. We're going to be talking about what we think, I don't have the stuff for that. We're going to be talking about what we think is coming. The data miners have kind of ruined that speculation. I think we've hit the point where we just need to stop with the data mining because nothing's a surprise anymore. Even if you're trying not to see the stuff, you inadvertently end up seeing the stuff because then everybody starts talking about it. And it just kind of ruins everything, and I think that's why we're so burnt out with the expansion stuff. Because we've already lived a lifetime through it all before it even comes out, right? So by the time the servers go live, everybody's just so in like the end stages of wanting to deal with it. Personally, I think, at least I am. I'm just like, yeah, okay, sure. Alright. But I had seen some speculation several weeks ago, and like a whole little chart thingy that somebody had made up, and I'm like, well, I guess it could make sense. I could see that. Didn't really weigh too heavily on it, and I forget exactly what the chart looked like. I just kind of glanced at it and moved on. That was just kind of like, meh, okay. And then I was starting to, you know, kind of lean more towards that. And then I saw what somebody posted on Twitter, and I was like, yeah, well, yeah. And, so it kind of ruins our speculation show to a degree. I mean, they could be wrong. They could be wrong. It could be for something else later on down the road. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what is in fact going to happen in another week or two when they do their announcements. But, you know, it just feels like it kills the anticipation and fun out of it. But we'll see. I would really like a casuals X-Pack. It's been a while since we've had a casuals X-Pack. That's what I would like to see. Whatever that involves. Kind of like how Panda was. Where we weren't trying to chase down things and power things and we could just, you know, pop in and play if we chose to play, and I don't know. Just all this endlessly chasing stuff just kind of gets old after a while, to be perfectly honest. Oh, I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Like I said, allergies. Oh, man. It's been windy. We had thunderstorms last night. We almost had another tornado warning. But storm spotters were saying that they saw rotating wall clouds, and I was like, oh shit. But we never got even a severe thunderstorm warning for us. There was a tornado warning for a bit to our east, but it wasn't for us. So, I mean, that was something, I guess. But we are in the middle of our severe weather season. So I guess that's to be expected, really. So since it was windy and all that, it kicked up all the... No, that's not what I wanted. Kicked up all the pollen and shit, because stuff's starting to bloom. Stuff's trying to bloom. Ugh, I need my body to cooperate. We have so much yard work we have to do. What the hell is this standing behind me? I don't know. It vanished. Alright. Why do the male Drenais only hold their fishing pole with one hand? Is their chest too broad to reach it with the other? I was wondered about that. Alright, I'm not even sure if we got all the quests. I think we did. We can't do the ear quest. And the regular quests out here, the regular dailies, the normal dailies for out here, they don't give XP. So just your profession quests are the ones that are going to give the XP, or maybe the ear quest. Because you have to go and kill stuff to get the ears. But we can't kill stuff, so we can't do that one. And we don't have the fragments for the archaeology one, so we'll be skipping that one. Alright, so there's those two quests. Journeyman fishing. Alright, well, I mean, 7,000's not terrible. I think we have to turn one in back here. Yes, we do.
And you
excuse me.
Victory for Sylvanus.
Alright, and we got one more to go before we head back to Stormwood.
What's beyond your mind? Spirits.
Alright. There's another 7,700. So that got us 1, 2, 3. 3 and like a third of a bar. Not terrible. It did push our rusted a little bit further into the level, so that's something. Oh, now I need to blow my nose. Alright. Okay, we are going to head back up into Stormwind before we swap. because it's crazy down here. It looks like somebody attacked the
Safe track.
flight person. The griffins are all in a tussle. Alright, so once we get back up here, and I get somewhere decent, we'll swap out to a bloodthirsty. I think we have to go to the Dwarven district to smelt this stuff. 'Cause I don't have a portable smelter. At least I don't think I do. No. Alright. There might be a smelter in Old Town, but I don't think there is. That should be good enough. Although this roof's really narrow. Alright, this'll work. I think. Oh, you know what? There's that stone one. The stone one gives us a little bit more ground to work with. That's fine. Alright, so let's swap characters here. And we'll go and grab Bloodthirsty. Alright, give me 1 second though. I really do have to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you guys. Sorry about that. I have to figure out what the hell I'm doing for dinner. I think I already know. I just didn't fully decide on it yet. Alright. So we are in Tiergard once again. And we are on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is currently level 43. As we are attempting to get to where we need to go. We passed that dude, but okay. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't gonna suddenly come running up behind us and be like, I will save you. Oh, I hate allergies. But Benadryl knocks me on my ass, so I can't really do that. I've got too much stuff to do. Even the non-drowsy shit. It's terrible. I will actually take kids' versions that aren't supposed to be as strong, and I'm still fucked up. I'm like, yeah, okay. That's nice. Alright. But we're slowly making progress on our bloods so far. I did have to kind of adjust when I thought I was going to be completed on this task, because I had to set the warrior and the shaman for a couple of weeks here, because, well, time, number one, and number two, the warrior and the shaman were like within 2 levels of each other, and then the shaman and the demon hunter were within a level of each other, and I'm like, oh no, we can't have that many in Shadowlands at the same time. I don't have time to level that many through Shadowlands at the same time. That's just not gonna happen. So I'm trying to get a little bit of a buffer between them, at least a 4 to 5 level buffer, so we can try to get that done. I don't know what we're gonna do when we're down to just the warrior. We might just leave more time to work on the warrior, or make the warrior the entire stream at that point, because we will get to the time frame of where the warrior is the last one to go. I feel so ridiculous with these fist weapons on, but I can't seem to get warglaives to drop, so this is what we got. We did get 3 antlers this level so far though, so that's something. Is it a good something or a bad something? I don't know, but it's a something. Wow, we spent a long time on that Pacifist. I didn't realize the Passy was taking us quite that much time. Alright. So let's see here. We've got 2.5 bars to go. Now, the Demon Hunter won't get a write-up because they're a Demon Hunter. Death Knights don't get write-ups either, and allied races don't get write-ups because they weren't starting at level 1. I don't know if Lita plans on changing that, since the start levels got pushed back lower from level squish. But as of right now, the old rule applies. I'll have to talk to her this weekend about that and see what she wants to do, and see if she plans on changing that. But as of right now, I don't know. I mean, I still personally think starting at level 8 or 10 is an advantage over someone starting at level 1. Because a lot can go wrong in those first 10 levels, especially when you're just finding your feet, if you are new to this stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. I think feelings seem to be split amongst the mods. I mean, yeah, starting at level 8's a big difference than starting at, like, 98, which is, or 96 or whatever it was that the Demon Hunters used to start at. So I don't know. I don't know. And like 54, 56 is a big difference from what the Death Knights start at now. But, you know, I mean, it's all in perspective because you're only going to 60 now too, so I personally don't really see a need to change that, because perspective wise, you know, there's not that much of a difference. You're still not starting at level 1, and we only have to get 60 right now, so I do wonder what if what we're getting is actually a new X pack and not a new game entirely. I do wonder what the level cap's going to be. Are they going to do a 5 or are they going to do a 10? Because we did have that 5 level. Was it 2 X packs where we only had 5 levels? Well, they had said that they were changing it to the 5 level increments so that they could get them out faster. I don't know. Are we going to 65 and not 70, or are we going to 70? I guess all shall be revealed. It does make me wonder. Because they keep going back and forth and changing what they're gonna do. And it gets kind of frustrating at times because it's like, well, you said you were gonna do this and then you turned around and completely changed it to this. Can we pick something and stick with it? Or say, okay, we decided that we didn't get good feedback about this, so we're going back to the way it was, or something. I just think all of the back and forth gets really confusing at times. At least for me to keep straight, because I have such a hard time keeping things straight. I would just like, you know, this is how we're doing it? Okay, this is how we're doing it. But for a while there, it seemed like they were constantly in flux and conflict over how they were going to handle it. So, I don't know. Although I guess the 5 level increment didn't last very long, because then I think they did go back to 10, right? Because wasn't it 80 to 85 and then 85 to 90? And then we jumped back to 100. So maybe I missed an announcement where they changed their mind and they were gonna be doing it in 10s again. I could have missed that and just don't remember. That's entirely possible. Alright, so there's a bar and a half remaining on the Demon Hunter. And I know that, or at least I believe as of right now, the Demon Hunter and the Death Knight won't be celebrated. But I'm still trying to get one of every class done as a Bloodthirsty. So that includes the hero classes. As far as I'm concerned, they're a class in the game. If I want to say I've completed all of the classes as Bloodthirsty, then I need to do these two. They shouldn't be ignored. If you're going to ignore them, then you would have to say, I completed all of the non-hero classes. You have to add that caveat. That stipulation of everything but. You can't just leave it as, yeah, I did every class, when you did. So right now we've got 5 classes remaining. We have the Demon Hunter here. We have the Druid. We have the Death Knight. And we have the shaman and the warrior. Where are you? You are in the tree. I had you briefly. There you are. Look, it's raining here now. What the fuck? Like I said, everywhere we go. I'm surprised it wasn't raining in Stormwind, for Christ's sake. This is crazy. I am apparently my own weather machine. Alright, so we got that one. And we will try to get in position for this one. And we'll see how things continue to go here. I did DC the other night on my druid. Don't know why. I think our internet, for some reason, took a nosedive that we don't know why. Because even the husband's Discord kind of took a shit fit. Mine didn't, though. It was very bizarre. I don't know if it was like one of the little micro drops we've had. It was strange, to say the least. Very, very strange. And, Death Knight did take a bit of time this week. So I'm starting to get a little concerned. Because their levels are dragging already, and they're not even at 55 yet, so... They've got a long ways to go, so I'm like, I don't know about this. I mean, yeah, I'm in tank spec, but... Tank spec is going to slow me down a little bit, but I don't want to change it. I'd rather have those extra hit points there. As that buffer zone, because we're gonna need it. All right, 460. It's close to what the Death Knight was getting out in Bastion. Oh, brother. I think they were getting like 480 something. And that was rested. Ugh. Oh my. Although it really depends on the mob that you're hitting. Because I was going after the mobs that did the gore dot for a little while. Because I realized that she could take them. And I was getting 610 for a while. And then I was like, okay, well I guess we're going to go after these guys then. Because they are giving us more XP. And I am able to kill them without the gore dot affecting that DK quite so terribly. And then I ran into a leather farmer possible potential bot that was being a thorn in my effing side, but I couldn't feel 100% that they were a bot. Their gear was transmogged. They were still running around with a Pandaren trinket at level 60. I'd watched them get all the way to 60. Following the same exact path. There didn't seem to be any deviation from it. Usually if it's a person, they don't necessarily always turn on a dime and follow the exact same footsteps. This seemed to be, which might be the clue that it could in fact be a bot. I'll have to watch them closer. and see if I run into them again. I just got mad and was like, fuck it, half the mobs are missing. No XP isn't going to help me. I might as well go back to where the moths are, where at least I'm getting some XP. And just kind of resigned myself to tough it out on them.
I don't have a target.
So I was a little salty about that, but at least nobody really seemed to bug me where I was, and very rarely saw anybody run through there. Once in a while I'd see somebody run by on the road at the time of day that I was leveling, but when I did see somebody, it actually grabbed my attention. I was like, oh, another player. So then I knew I needed to be aware of where they were going or what they were doing, just so I didn't inadvertently get caught up in whatever tomfoolery they had going on. Because you never know. You don't know what other people are doing. What they plan on doing could be very, very different from what you plan on doing. I think I am going to have to turn this fan off, though. My arms are getting cold. That air's starting to change. We were in the 70s yesterday, okay? And tonight, they're talking about it, like, going down... No. Friday night, I think. They're talking about it going down into the low 30s. And I'm like, what? What is this? I need to plant my flowers. But I can't plant them yet. I need to get some more lawn flamingos, but you know, just to drive the husband crazy for having to move them all when he goes to mow. But I don't have the money to right now. Let's start a GoFundMe for lawn flamingos. I could do a Patreon and be like, yeah, for people that donated this tier, you get a lawn flamingo in my yard with your name on it. You get a name tag. I don't know how I would keep it from coming off. But I'm not
Water back and cover it with tape and just redo it if it starts to fade.
Well, see, I didn't know, like, if I wrote it on the flamingo and then sealed it, if it would come off, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the tag flying off and who was who. I'd have to do a head count repeatedly when tags started disappearing, but I don't know. I don't think I'm popular enough to bother with Patreon right now.
I'm out of
I doubt anybody would donate, but it would be something different to offer as a reward, and then I can take a picture of your flamingo in my yard and send it to you, showing your name on it. I wonder if there's a limit to how many flamingos I can have in the front yard before the city gets mad. I mean, we're not in an HOA, so we don't have that to worry about. But I know the city gets mad about the height of your grass and stuff. They don't want it being too overgrown. Although from what I've seen other people's yards at, there might be a little bit of leeway with that. There's our ding. But because we're on the main road, I think once we got a notice saying that we needed to cut the grass, that really wasn't that bad. It was like, okay. It might have been through a period of time where we weren't home. We were away and moving my dad or something. And the mother-in-law didn't cut it or something. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But I wonder if they have a limit to lawn ornaments. As it is, I'm just glad that our neighbors haven't complained about our wind chimes. Wow, challenges. Bloodthirsty. Soulglaive. Hi, little. Vengeance. Demon Hunter. She touched my chair, and I don't know where she went. Dings. Level 44. So we're getting there, slowly. Oh wow. Look at that. 2 days. 22 hours. Pity it wasn't 22 minutes. That would have been funny. 33 minutes and 4 seconds. Alright, so total kills. Oh, well, wherever she went now, I don't know where she disappeared to. At least she didn't bite me. Which she likes to do. She likes to do love bites, so if I don't pay attention to her immediately, she'll like try to bite my feet or my leg. I'm like, hey, asshole, I'm here, pet me. Alright. Send that one off to Twitterland. And let's do our vendoring. Oh, hey. More meat. Oh, we did get a bushy tail. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's get our vendor trash first. We didn't really get that many greens, so I'm just gonna toss those in with that. And we'll do just a grand total. Meat we worry about when we hit 50 and we're leaving the area because nobody's gonna buy it off of auction house because of the expansion it's in. So 233, that's not terrible. That's pretty decent for our level for the vendor trash. Alright. So let's go and grab the next one. Let's see, so 39 to 40. Zuzu. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. We could try to bring the shaman in next week. We'll see what my time looks like this week. We'll see. Your second pacifist is 1 bar away from 30. Nice. Very nice. Well done. I'll tell you, sometimes those bloodthirsties, sometimes those pacifists can be more intense than the other challenges because you can't make a mistake because you accidentally click a critter wrong or something and you're done, or if somebody kills something next to you and you had no idea what was happening. It's like, you know, you see another person and you're like, bah, evasive maneuvers. Go away. Alright, so this one picked up 2 greens this week, neither one of which she can really use. We're up to, so far, 2,548 pieces of meaty haunches, so I'm sure she's going to end up passing the amount that the Death Knight had. And at the moment we're sitting at 8 ivory tusks. So that's pretty good. Pretty good chunk of change just off of those. And we're over 200 matted pelts. So let's see what we can do about getting to 49 on this gal. And see what we can do here. This level wasn't too bad. A little long, I felt. But, you know, we are 48, so it's to be expected that it's going to start to slow down. Yeah, and she is a Coltiran, and out of the 6 on the allied races list, she is second. Very nice. Very nice. Sorry, my hand has been bugging me. I had to kind of release the pressure in my finger joints there. So this level took almost 5 hours so far. We'll probably be over the 5-hour mark by the time we're done here on this one. So, I mean, not really long compared to, like, the Death Knight, but long enough where I was starting to get antsy working on her, and I'm like, okay, you know, so. Plus she had the weird DC. I mean, she survived it, and I was trying to hit defensive buttons while I was waiting to see if the commands were gonna go through or if it was gonna fully kick me out. Because sometimes it will catch up with itself. But then it ended up DCing me, and it took me enough time to get back in where I was pretty certain that something had gone wrong. Fortunately, it was a baby mob that I had pulled, so they didn't have as much XP, which probably had worked in my favor, because the mob was gone. By the time I had gotten logged back in, the mob was not there, so I must have killed it through auto attack or something. I don't know if my defensive buttons that I had hit worked. Because when I logged back in, they were not on cooldown, but their cooldowns weren't that terribly long, so I just don't know if they even went off. I just don't know. But we're down to 3 bars to go on the Druid. We are over here in the Tusk Pools, near Scale Trader Post. Scale Trader Outpost, I think it's Scale Trader Post. Just down the road from it. Not that many people seem to kill these things, so they're one of the mobs that I've had the least amount of trouble with being up. The Dimetrodons, there's actually a quest to kill them, and it's a good number of them. I think it's like 15 or 20, or you're trying to get a certain amount of meat from them or something. I can't remember the exact parameters of the quest, but there are a bunch just to my left here across the road, but I don't know how many people realize that. And there's like some small groups clumped here and there throughout the zone, like along the road and stuff. And for a while I was killing the ones that are just over this little ridge here, little road section there. And then a whole bunch of people, I guess, did decide that they knew they were there. And then I was having trouble getting a kill in edgewise over there, so I came back over here. But over here's been working out pretty good. These guys are neutral, so if I do have an emergency and I have to get up real quick and don't have time to hearth or anything, I'm usually okay. Usually. You do have to watch out for people killing the named river beast up by the cave mouth entrance. Because he will charge. And so if those people don't realize that he's gonna charge, he could charge right into you. I think he dazes you. I don't know if he does damage, but I do know he does like a small daze. Because I've seen the other characters when they've been charged kind of just, you know, doing the little swirly animation with the little, like, oh, I don't know what's happening thingy above their head. But, aside from him, the only other thing you really have to be careful of is King Katal. That big-ass, nasty, ugly dinosaur that was walking in the corner of the shot a few minutes ago. Because he does get pretty close to the bottom pool. I have yet to accidentally pull him, but I'm also really, really careful about how I'm pulling the river beasts down there so I don't risk it. I did have somebody pull Katal, and they were killing him. Why do I hear talking? Right, off for food and TV. Catch you later. Alright, you have a good night, Mrs. Rakuru, and good luck. My mom might be on the front porch. I hear someone talking, and I don't know where it's coming from. She might be talking to the cat outside.
She's all excited when I told her that they were there last night.
And we're mad that we didn't let them in. It's like, Kitty, I can't let you in. You do not live here. You have not been vetted as far as I know. And I don't know what you have on you for fleas and ticks, because we did pull a tick off of the top of your fur the other day. And Kitty won't let us pick them up. They'll flop on our feet for minutes at a time, but they won't let us pick them up. They don't have a collar on, so we don't know if they actually have a home. Well, that was dumb. I don't know why I did that. That mob wasn't anywhere near us. We might at least get them vetted. If Russell gets his disability, if we can catch them. Just to make sure they're okay. And possibly get them fixed. If we can get a low-cost voucher or something. Because I would at least like the cat to have a rabies shot. If they're gonna be outside all the time. And maybe get some flea and tick medication on them. But yeah, my mom was in a panic because she hadn't seen the cat in like 10 hours, and I'm like, he's done this before. It's not a cause to panic yet. Oh, somebody pulled him. Oh yeah, sorry to say, I did have someone pull him at one point. And they were starting to kill him, and I guess they realized that they were in over their head and they just couldn't do it on their own. And they ran towards me, where I was standing. And I wasn't sure if they were trying to run towards me to get me to help them, or if they were just trying to run in my direction. Oh, they got ruffle stomped. or if they were just running to try to leash it. I did manage to run far enough where it didn't latch onto me, and it finally did reset off of that person. But do have to be careful of him, because he is an elite. And his quest, I think, is a suggestion of 3 players. So, you as a lowly bloodthirsty, in your green gear and no talents, are probably not going to fare very well against him. So that's one guy you definitely just want to cut and run if you see him being dragged towards you, purposely pulled to you, because you don't know what the hell other people are doing. They might expect this random player to help me, and I'm be like, oh no, friend, I didn't say I was in a position to help you. If I was on a normal character, yeah, I probably would, but they don't realize that you're on a challenger, so that's why you kind of have to be situationally aware of at least where other players are. Maybe watch them for a few moments before you start charging into what you're trying to do. Alright, so Katal's up there. And dude is trying again. It doesn't look like he's trying to pull back this way. I don't think he saw me over here. You usually don't have to wait around too long for help with Katal though, because there's usually, on this server at least, my server set, there's been people pulling him pretty steadily. Or you can use the group finder thingy that pops up next to the quest if you're really desperate to get help on that. Or ask in general if anybody else needs him. You'll usually get people to answer you and be like, yeah, I need him, because a lot of people will put it off. Because he hurts a bit. I mean, the heirloom gear is not as OP as it used to be. So it doesn't really make you that godly. So slapping that on, you're not going to be able to, well, you may not, depending on your class, be able to solo him. I soloed him on a resto druid, actually. I almost didn't make it, but I did get him down. The horde normal that I had been working on leveling. They must have hit 120 because they were at level 50 after level squish. And I was trying to level them through Shadowlands, and then I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, yeah, no. Oh, he killed him that time because he reset. He did not walk past us. I was waiting for him to. Alright, I'm actually going to pull you back a little bit further. We were fine where we were, but I would just rather have a couple of more feet to work with there. This one does a poison bite, so I don't want to not heal myself there if we can help it. The stupid little corner. I can't see around the corner to do moonfire, but yet I'll be down a flight of stairs, can have the mob full in my vision. That'll let us say. Wait, I'm sorry, what? A mob can poison spit me through 5 effing boulders, but I can't, moonfire this thing with a tiny sliver sticking out there, or at the bottom of a staircase when they're standing at the top. Just say out of range. Because that doesn't make any sense. Alright, so we've got about 2 bars to go, a little less than 2 on the druid. And after the druid, we'll be grabbing the DK. I don't know if I'll be able to start Record Town on that Pacifist tonight. I will try. I have a few other things I need to do before I can get to that. I have some information I have to fill out for Lita, because Lita does my challenger write-ups, so I don't have to do my own, because that's weird. It just feels funny. So she does mine for me, so I'd have to fill out my questionnaire and send that off to her. On our previous Pacifist that did hit max level, because they hit max while the verification tracker was down. And that might take me a little bit. It took me several hours to do one of my bloodthirsties yesterday, but I was very distracted while I was filling it out, so I'd partially fill out an answer to one of the questions, and then I'd have to go do something, or something needed my attention, or I got distracted by this, and then I went to deal with that, and then I came back like a half an hour later. It's like, oh right, I was in the middle of doing this, so that took me a little bit. Not totally out of the norm for me. And then there was dinner and some other things that I was in the middle of doing as well. I had to do some last minute Demon Hunter testing through the starting area the other night, so we were trying to track down an issue that Zaya was seeing over 2 specific quests for them. We never really did find the quest, so we're thinking that they either hid the quest and are just giving you credit for it, or they changed the name of it or something. Something's very odd with it, because where it should have been, according to Wowhead, I never saw it come up in the order, so it was very strange, so we think they changed something. Which would kind of make sense, because when I went through the Demon Hunter starting area the other night when I was doing testing for Zaya, things seemed to be working properly. I guess they finally fixed all of the nonsense that was going on over there, because I was actually getting the abilities that it was saying I was supposed to when I was supposed to. So they may have just changed the name of the quest. In the time that, and that's why the issue was suddenly appearing that they couldn't find the quest. And they're like, what is with this? I'm like, well, I wouldn't have done it past this point, so I'm really good about that. And then I ran through it again, and I'm like, I never saw the quest. I had something else pop up in between X and Y, but not this quest where Wowhead was saying it should have been, so I don't know what the hell's going on. So it was a very head scratcher moment for us as we were trying to figure it the fuck out. So again, I am sorry for the late start today. We have Architect tomorrow. And I really hope we can wrap up that effing campaign because I don't know what to do at this point. I might have to close down 2 rides and delete them and put another coaster in. I don't know. Hope it doesn't quite come to that. We might just have to hope RNG finally comes together because we were like within a week of hitting the goal and then we like had just missed it and I was like, God damn it. I was like, why? Why? Like we get like right up to the edge of it and then it just goes to shit. So and we're kind of out of room to really put anything else in there. So we might have to do something. Might have to find an ill-performing ride. Try to figure it the fuck out. But we will see. Hopefully we can accomplish that one tomorrow, because I really don't want to start that one over. Because that would just be a pain. To be perfectly honest. I mean, I'm sure I'll have to if it comes to it, but... So I was trying to move so slowly. We might just have to put in, like, a roller coaster from the very beginning. If we have to redo things. That might just be how it has to be. But we'll see. Alright. I hear a cat meowing, and I don't know if it's one of the inside cats or if it's the cat on the porch. But this cat on the porch is eating us out of house and home. Like, we've already had to get another small bag of cat food. Because we don't get money from my parents till next week, so that bag of cat food isn't gonna make it that far. We're gonna have to get another one. It's been a long time between monies here. From the from the middle of March to the middle of April. So is anybody doing anything for Easter? Do you celebrate Easter? Do you like just do the candy and Easter basket side of Easter, or do you do the whole like religious side of Easter as well, or do you just do the religious side of Easter and not do the candy and egg hunting and all that? What do you guys do for Easter, if anything? as I've gotten older, we really haven't done anything. We used to do like the egg dyeing and the egg hunting Easter morning, and like the candy baskets and all that, and then it kind of just became like Easter dinner. And to be perfectly honest, if it was just me and Russell, we probably just would have like treated it like any other day, because we're not really religious people, and you know, it's like, okay, well, we don't really have a whole lot of money to spend on extras for Easter. I'd rather spend it on stuff for getting our yard in order, because we need some bags of mulch, and we need well, we would like some bags of mulch to try to keep this one area in check in our yard with all of the impossible weeds and shit that like to grow up through it. It's one of our trouble areas that we've been fighting to keep control over, and we need some more bags of potting soil to fill my planters with, to just kind of freshen up the dirt that's in there and refill some of it that's missing, for to get my elephant ear bulbs in the ground, well, in the pots, I guess. And I really do need to get a can of white spray paint. Well, maybe 3 cans of white spray paint. I've got several buckets that I need to paint, because we reused some kitty litter buckets because we had a shit ton of them. And we can't recycle them because of the number on the bottom. Our town won't take them. So we usually just wait till we get a whole bunch and then take them to the dump. Or we try to reuse them for storage where we need extra storage, because, you know, it's a container. It's an odd-sized container, so we can only put so much in them, but if we can reuse them, we do, and so we have a lot of them as planters in front of our house. And they're just this terribly bright yellow color, so I'd really rather spray paint the outsides white, at least to make them not quite so nasty ugly. It's either that, or we try to build a box around where those containers are sitting, or like a fake front to put in front of them. We have some old fence slats, so we might try to do that. And then I can just get a small container of white outdoor paint and just paint those, just to hide the ugliness of the buckets. That would probably be the better way to go, because then I wouldn't have to deal with all that spray paint. It would probably be the cheaper way to go. I think we have some nails and stuff, so it would be possible. I just have to get time to do it. That's the big thing. So if you're up here, you're probably good. Just, I wouldn't pull those river beasts there or that Dimetrodon down the hill as he's walking by them, because I don't know how big his aggro box is. And I wouldn't pull the outer edge of the pond river beasts if he's walking by at the same time either. Oh, we didn't need to hit that. We did. The ding healed us. Alright, so I've learned that we have to sit after we pull the camera. Oh, there. Alright, so let's go ahead and hearth back to Scale Trader Post. And we'll get our slash blade here. Okay. Alright, so let's go WoW challenges. Bloodthirsty Soul Survivor. We are a bear druid. Dings level 49. So we're almost to Shadowlands. We have a slash blade of 4 days. 22 hours. 48 minutes. And 48 seconds. Our total kills so far on the druid are sitting at 9,547. Okay. Sorry, this chair still likes to be kind of crunchy and groany sounding as I'm moving it because of the material that the back of it is. Although the cats have been trying to destroy that.
Knowledge is the best currency.
They apparently jump on my chair when they think I'm asleep and use it as a scratching post. Oh hey, we got another ivory tusk. Wonderful. Alright. Well, that will certainly make this session profitable. 10 and 3. Alright, so grand total of money made on this level, 364. Very nice. Very, very nice. It'll help pay the repair bills. Will it be enough to get us some gear when we slide on out of here? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Alright, so we're going to need to change servers here so that we can grab the Death Knight. There they are. So Death Knight is currently sitting at 52 and we are trying to hit 53. As we are slowly, ever so slowly trying to load in here. There we go. All right. So we've got 1 bar left to go on the DK's current level. I did pick up 2 slumber powders. And we do have a few greens. So, not an incredible amount of greens, but we do have a few. And we won't be doing those quests. No more questing is allowed from here on out. Hasn't been for a while. After we got out here and that first quest that we turned into Cleo when we arrived, that was it. We were done. No more questing. What is our time at currently? So this past level took about 6 hours. It felt a hell of a lot longer than 6 hours. Probably because I did manage to get some kills in on the mobs that were giving a little bit more XP. So, yeah, because I mean, the more XP the mobs give you, the less you need to kill. Is what that's gonna end up boiling down to. Now, on the mobs that do the gore, I'm not necessarily dropping Death and Decay, because over here is where things get a little sticky with mob patrols running by you, people dragging mobs around. So if that AoE's down and a patrol runs through it, they're gonna aggro on me. If somebody drags something through me while they're running by, when it goes to releash, it might not leash, it might come to me. Don't want that. So I'm trying to refrain as much as I can, stop myself from dropping that circle. It's really difficult because when I kill the moths just across the bridge, I do drop the circle. So I'm trying to be a bit mindful of not doing that over here. And we'll see if that particular player that's been a thorn in my side lately shows back up. I don't know if we will come across them today. There's a chance we may not. We will see. But yeah, this one's handling gore pretty well, all things considered, since they don't have like a dedicated heal. I mean, they have Death Strike, but you know, Death Strike's only usable in certain instances, so you can't just suddenly use it. I mean, we do have that other thing that I can't recall what the hell it is. Is it this thing? No. There's something over here that we could attempt to use, but I just don't bother. Oh, maybe it's this one. Death Coil. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Alright. Onward and upward, friends. Okay. So let's see, we've got this guy here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them. Ooh, I am hungry. What else is new, right? Well, it is almost 7, so that's understandable. Okay. So let's ride on over here. And we'll grab our next friend in the list here, or in the rotation, shall we say, in the path. I'd like to keep that bone shield up, but it is expensive. It is two of our little red circle-y guys.
I don't have a
Our
target.
runes. So it is a little expensive. So the mobs that we were killing are a little bit faster to take down, but these ones, the horses and the turtles do give us a heck ton more XP than just the moths alone, so. By all means, if you're not comfortable dealing with the mobs that do this gore dot, because it is pretty nasty. I think the only thing that's really saving me is the fact that I'm in tank spec and this bone shield. Because I took a ret paladin through here, and the gore was pretty intense, so it's not just the fact that it's plate gear that I'm in. I think spec might be also playing a stabilization part in that as well. Whew. All right. Got about half a bar to go. And I have noticed greens haven't been all that plentiful in this level, but you know, greens are an RNG thing, so sometimes you get them, and sometimes you just don't. But yeah, if you're not comfortable dealing with the gore mobs, then you know there's those moths that we were killing previously, where didn't have to really worry too much about them. And I also added in a few more foxes that I realized I could pull that weren't all running together, because I was nervous to pull one of the sleeping ones, because I thought the other one that was sleeping next to it was going to trigger, and it didn't. So that was actually fairly helpful. I mean, the fact that we were able to range pull it too probably also helped a fair bit. Alright, now I'm gonna let this gore dot tick down before we engage our next friend here. Excuse me. Oh, like I said, Allergy City. Alright, you're gonna run around the bush. Just don't want to get those two involved, because that's going to be something we're going to have to kind of cut and run from. One gore mob, fine. Motorcycle. Two at the same time is going to be another situation entirely. Well, there's a green there. We can't use it. There is a green. And like, someplace over here is definitely not a place where you want to be dropping that AoE on a challenger. Lots of room for shit to go wrong over here. So just try to exercise some form of restraint. Especially if your AoE likes to proc on your screen and you're like, oh, let me hit the button. So, you know, it's killing me not hitting this button every time that pops up. And I'm like, oh, let me hit the button to make it go away. Oh, bone shield's gonna drop here in a second. Because I don't have any runes available for it. I probably was gonna pull this one. right after we got the other one. Sometimes I don't necessarily, yep, there's that guy again. And I can't click him. It's just so strange because he doesn't ever seem to deviate, right? So, where's dude going? But he does deviate, because there he is skinning my shit that I just killed. So it's gotta be a person, right? Because now they're backtracking through where I came from. Lost track of them. It's just so strange. They do have talent selected. I don't know. It's bizarre. I mean, they're behaving like a bot to a degree. But then they stopped to skin my stuff, and I don't know if that was their normal run back pattern. It's very strange. Russell and I weren't sure if the gear was transmogged as a try to, you know, throw people off from reporting them. As a, oh, bots don't normally transmog their gear kind of thing. But they're like always on lately. Like if I'm out here, they're out here. It doesn't seem to matter what time of day it is. So what is it? It is 6:56 p.m. I will probably end up back out here at some point on that Pacifist. Well, I was going to tell you to go ahead, but you're just going to do it anyway, so that's fine. I will probably be out here again tonight on that Pacifist. I don't know when, but if they're still here, it's definitely going to be odd. To go that many hours non-stop, right? Alright, so 53. I hate this armor. I really should have transmogged before we left Orgrimmar. I'm not sure if there is a transmogger in Oribos. There probably is, but I just don't feel like flying back for it. Or spending the gold on it right now. I feel like a robot in this gear setup. So, WoW challenges. Bloodthirsty, my bloody soul. Blood DK. Dings level 53. So So we're looking at a slash played of 5 days, 16 hours, 41 minutes, and 17 seconds. Total kills on the Death Knight are currently sitting at 11,172. 111,710. Yeah, okay. I believe that to be in the correct order. If it's not, I apologize. Alright, that went to Twitter. For a second there, I thought I hadn't actually tweeted it. I thought I had just closed it. Alright, up here I tend to use the Mammoth.
I got what you need.
Because sometimes these vendors like to walk around. Alright, let's do the vendor trash first. We ended up with 3 slumber powders. Nice. Okay, so vendor trash comes in at 355.
Time is money, friend.
And our greens next. Come in at another 311. So 666 gold. It's probably gonna be 67 or 68 after you do the end stuff here. But yeah, so that's where we stand now. This one needs to get a bit more rested before we take them out, so they'll probably be sitting till later this week or weekend. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Don't forget, tomorrow will be, oh, let's go see Taco. We'll be working on Architect, and then Friday we'll be back in Planet Zoo. Saturday I'm on the WoW Challenges podcast with Fair, and Sunday we'll be doing more art things. So we're gonna go see Taco. Hopefully she doesn't go offline before we get there. And you have a great week, and I hope to see you tomorrow.